What up? Jeff here, though, my Bitcoin renegades. And tonight we have quite the freaking story. I was kind of like, what am I going to do, the video about tonight? And I had like no idea. So I sat down. I'm like, okay, let's scour the web. Let's see what is going on. And I ran into some big ones. And I really think that this is going to tell us a lot about where the market is heading and kind of where, the money is going right now from not only, stable coins, but how that directly affects the price of Bitcoin and also the printing of Tether, right? And that is going to be a huge thing when it comes to the price of Bitcoin moving forward and passing back up to that 45,000 and then ultimately back up to 50,000 if this theory plays out, and we will see. Nothing is ever set in stone. That's why they're called theories, right? And we're also going to talk about how the government is strategically using like kind of soft spokenness to usher us into the arms of the bank with stablecoins. Well, the way it looks to me is they want control completely of anything that is or has to do with interest, either by the bank or the government, and nothing outside of that. And why? Because the government directly controls the banks. Why do you think the government bails out banks? And why do you think the government allows predatory loans and all of these other things that happen? Because the government wants us in our place. That is the only problem with democracy that I see, is that everybody needs to be in their place for democracy to work, they think. That's not how democracy really is. Democracy is just everybody having a voice and, coming together as one, not the poor have to stay poor and the rich have to stay rich. That's the way the government thinks. But anyway, we are going to go into some real news and some things that are going to actually show you what is going on in the world of crypto and how we are going to use that to our advantage, what we're going to do. I want to get into the chat here first, see how everybody's doing. What's up, Mr. A? I am having an awesome day. So I'm not going to tell you guys why. I just am. Things are going pretty good in my day, in my life right now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, and hopefully that maybe my good mood will bring Bitcoin back up. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so let's get right into this. Boom. Okay, so the whole thing with regulation in crypto, right? Well, it has to do with making sure that people don't do illegal activities and that they, kind of do everything in a legit way. And of course, they have to get their, hands on, the money and stuff that goes into it. But this is where we need to really pay attention, as our generation is the one that's going to usher in crypto to the masses. This has now been decided that, yeah, crypto is basically being mass adopted as we are speaking. The governments are starting to understand it when it's being adopted by countries, when, our big Fortune 500 companies are choosing cryptocurrency instead of the US dollar for fears of inflation and all that other stuff. And the government just wants more interest and more stuff paid to them. So what we're trying to do is get out of this, right? We're trying to go decentralized away from it. But what are they doing? They're centralizing it, and they're making sure that, oh yeah, stablecoins, come on, stablecoins. We can regulate those. Why? Because we can have them, all of the big banks, use these stable coins, and they use blockchain technology. And that's how you have the digital yuan in China. The banks over there are using it, all of their whole payment system in Russia now when they come out with theirs. And if the US, which I think they're coming out with their own digital dollar, this is their plan to, I was like, well, why aren't the governments buying crypto? Why aren't they just buying Bitcoin and making money? Well, because they're going to take over the whole industry instead. Why would they buy Bitcoin when they can just take all of your money? They don't have to trade. They just got to make sure that, you know, you're getting your capital gains and they're getting your money. But then that's like the kiddie pool. What they want and what they're doing is they are going to hand you over to the big banks. If you want stablecoins, if you want to earn interest, well, they are going to sanction, they are going to fine, they are going to make it hard to live for any of these institutions or exchanges or any other entity that is going to give us high interest rates on our stablecoins. So what they're going to do is they're going to push it into the arms of the bank so they can give us our 0.1, 0.5 to 1% interest rate that they think we deserve. And that's all we are to them, is 0.5 to 1% interest rate is all we deserve. And it isn't, I don't think I'm saying it's all we deserve, but I think what they're saying is that is how we keep our money intact. You don't want these big percentage rates, because then that's how inflation happens, right? If you get the money that just goes way up and all these, you know, you're making all of this money off of your money, you know, and then it just gets out of control, I guess. And that's what they're thinking. They're like, oh, it'll take over everything, blah, 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 whatever, dude. But so they are plotting. It isn't like, you know, set in stone, but they're plotting, I guess, to hand the crypto industry to the big banks. And it's already happening. They're using XRP technology, guys. It's in the news. Look it up. I'm not even joking with you. They're using XRP technology. They're using stablecoin blockchain technology. And they're basically, they're at the same place we are with the technology, except they're using it for this lady. Oh my gosh. But they're using it for their benefit. And Biden, man, he's too old to understand what crypto means and how much they could have actually made money without coming after other people's money. That's why I don't understand the government. Why don't they make their own money instead of always making laws to take other people's monies? Like, if I was in government, I would be like, no, we're a business. We're not a mafia. The government should be a big business. The United States is a business. Well, their business is strong-arming their people to pay them. And that's what the mafia does. They pay you, they go and they shake down everybody for a percentage. And it's like the government is the mafia, guys. Like, I'll pay my taxes, whatever. I'm not, you know, going against the thing. But, dude, it is. Predatory loans, all of the things that go along with all of the things that the government do to us. Well, this is what they're putting us in that box now with stablecoins, and basically are going to make it almost impossible for anywhere else to issue stablecoin percentage rates. That's not happening yet. That probably won't happen for the next couple of years. Well, hopefully not for the next couple of years, but it could happen before then. And I don't think it's good for anybody. It's not good for the US government. It's not good for world relations, and it's really not good for our balance sheet. Think about it. If you're taking the interest rate, well, okay, the government wants to be the one getting the 10% and giving out the 1%. So that's what they're thinking. They're like, yeah, 10% is okay, but you can't give normal people that, because then where would we make our money? It's like, well, you shouldn't have your hand in everything. Like, what makes you think that you deserve to have your hand in everybody's business and everybody's money? Like, I don't understand. I'm not going to speak about that, because I just feel like I was born into this world of taxes that never agreed that my government could take my money whenever they want. And I guess our ancestors thought that was okay. And we think that's okay because we still vote for that. We could vote not to have the government just take our money all the time. And if we want to pay taxes to fix things, then we do it ourselves as a, you know, community. But whatever, that's never going to change. Okay. And I'm okay with that. But now let's move on to some other stuff here. I don't know if I want to do the tethering yet. Let's actually go over here. Well, that's with that. Okay, let's do it, guys. So basically, I ran into this. I couldn't find it though. I ran into either this tweet, this Reddit post, or I don't even remember where. I couldn't find it. But I started, like I said, I sat down and started to make the video today, and all of a sudden it just snapped in my brain when I saw that earlier. I saw a chart that showed every single time Tether gets printed, we go into a bull run. And that actually makes a lot of sense, because if they're printing Tether, it means they ran out of the supply of Tether. Well, why would people be buying up Tether? And what is Tether? Well, Tether is a stable coin. We were just talking about the banks and the stable coin. And what it used to be said that it was backed by the US dollar. Well, we come to find out that hold on, is my head not showing? Oh, okay, never mind. We come to find out that it is not 100% backed by the US dollar, that it is backed by the US dollar and other whatever stuff that it's, stocks, bonds, whatever the other stuff that it is. I don't remember exactly what it is. So that's why I said stocks or bonds, but whatever it is that it's tied to makes it stay at $1, right? Well, this is a stable coin, just like what the banks are trying to, the government's trying to put in the hands of the big banks. Well, right now, we can read into this, and this is why if it gets into the hands of the big banks, it's not going to be good for us or decentralization. Like, you will not, stable coins, I don't think are decentralized anyway, but that takes us so far away from our goal. So this guy, I guess he wrote this article and he was trying to question, he said, the question I wanted to investigate was, how likely is it that the price of Bitcoin has been influenced by Tether trading? So before we go on to what his assumption or whatever that is, this is what I wanted to acknowledge right here and to talk about. So let's read it one more time. The question I wanted to investigate was, how likely is it that the price of Bitcoin has been influenced by Tether trading? So that is a little bit misleading when he says influenced by Tether trading. And it's not like he's trying to mislead you, but that just, it isn't necessarily the Tether trading that influences the price. What happens, right? So when you have liquid money, right? Say you put your money into the market, you're in stable coins or you're in any of these altcoins or whatever. Well, that isn't liquid. When you're in a crypto or whatever, that's not liquid. But when you move into a stable coin, that becomes liquid money or US dollars, because they do have USD in exchanges and stuff that you can move it into. But most people with big amounts of money, now a lot of people with smaller amounts are not going to be using USDT, as the fees are pretty high for small trading, but they are absolutely low and minuscule for big, massive trades. So this is where you have kind of the thing, well, Tether trading is influencing the price of Bitcoin. Well, that is true, but that's only because people go liquid into Tether before they get either ready to buy Bitcoin or altcoins, because it is a medium that you can buy just about any altcoin and Bitcoin with USDT. So, and they even have the Bitcoin USDT. So there is a lot to do with Tether and the price of Bitcoin. So when you see a bunch of Tether, either going into exchanges or, being bought, or they have to print more because all the Tether has been used up, then you can, go forward with, hey, well, that is because everybody is turning liquid, their assets, getting ready. That's what they're doing, is getting ready to buy more Bitcoin or more stable coins. So that's how you can tell when there's an influx of Tether. Let's look over here. You can actually see, this isn't the chart. This one actually doesn't show it very well. Not the way that I would like to show you. That other chart that I saw earlier, it really showed, and I don't know if you just made that chart or what, but it really showed going all the way back. Okay, so this is just 2021, and this is just from, actually a year. This is a 1 year chart. And this This pink, that's the Bitcoin price, right? And the blue is the USDT printing. This isn't the amount being traded. This is the amount being printed. Okay, and at 50 some thousand, there wasn't a whole lot being printed right here. Well, as we get ready for this dump, look at this. A lot of the money is leaving out of Bitcoin into Tether right here. You can see that. They're printing more Tether because people are coming out of Bitcoin, and it can go on the way down too. That's another thing. You can tell more Tether is being printed as the price of Bitcoin goes down because they're going liquid. And I don't like this chart as much because it doesn't really show when the big price moves, and it's only, you know, a couple months here or a year here. So, but if you look where we're at now, they are printing over 78 billion a day here. Every single day they are printing. That means something right now. This influx, especially when the price is down like this and it's still going up. Remember last time that happened and it stayed going sideways like this? We had a massive pump, right? So that's what we're getting. We're going sideways. We're at this big price, and they are printing a lot of Tether right now. So that means that a lot of money is getting ready to go into Bitcoin right now or altcoins. So when you have this massive amount and it goes sideways, when the price is still dropping, we're not dropping in the amount of Tether we're getting. That means that we're doing good, and that, you know, people are getting, the big money is getting ready to buy Bitcoin right now or altcoins. It doesn't really tell us which one. We can actually look and see better here. Look at this. Ever since the price dropped, look at how much it went up. It went up by over $1 billion, almost $2 billion a day. See that? And actually, this one is kind of saying that they print a little bit less Tether when it's up, and they start printing more Tether when it's down. So they print more Tether when it's down because people are getting into it, getting ready to buy Bitcoin. I'm seeing that's the case with this one. Every time Bitcoin goes down, they start printing, getting ready for the next boost. So that's what I would like to see. It's happened, you know, multiple times as soon as it goes down. Look, when it was up here, they weren't printing half as much. Now, boom, and then because people are buying. This was the first bear market that we had, right? Okay, and look how much Tether came in. And then the price started going up. Yeah, there's a little more Tether because more people are buying, especially when the dip happens. See, the dip, it goes up. And then boom, yeah, it kind of is still going up right here because people didn't think that the run was over probably. You know, and this is the top, and then it went down a little, and then as soon as the Bitcoin started going down more, this went up. So this is really correlating with printing Tether. The farther Bitcoin goes down, the more Tether they print so that they can have more liquid supply, and they're doing this every day, like 80 bill. Wait, I'm not sure if that's the amount that's the total amount issued and they're running out. It doesn't really, hold on, let's go up here and maybe that'll tell us. So Tether is a controversial cryptocurrency. Tether, the company behind the currency, claims that one USDT is equivalent to $1 US, but that is not always the case. When Tether prints or revokes USDT, USDT rises or falls against the dollar. Our chart documents significant changes in USDT supply and their correlation to the price of Bitcoin. So this is major, guys. And especially you're having these people come in and talk about it and write these articles that and you see these posts about it, and they actually do correlate, except it says, they say, the other guy said that, and I'm actually tending to disagree with him with this chart because he's saying the higher the price goes up, the more Tether they print. But I see the more Tether they print when the price goes down. That's what it looks like to me. See, the price went down, they printed more Tether. And then it just goes sideways in the down. And then as soon as we start going up, yeah, they did print more Tether over here going up. So I don't know. It doesn't always make sense, but the bigger moves you can tell are when the price is starting to drop. It goes up a lot more. So especially right here, if you see this from the drop, we went down a little bit before going back up higher than at the $68,000 level. See, that was only at 77 billion, and we're at 78 billion over here. So that's more than a billion. I mean, yeah, just a billion, guys. It's only a billion. Oh, that's some super dry humor. Let me get some Coca-Cola to wet you down with that dry humor there. But these things are definitely impacting the price of crypto. And it just lets you know kind of, now I would like to see the Tether on exchanges, actually. That's the next one that I would like to see. So let's go look at that, actually. So, because this will really tell us. No, I don't want to do Tether printing. Tether, let's see. Tether amount. Liquid amount. Okay, never mind. So Tether amount traded. Okay, here we go. This is the trading volume. This is important too. So we have to know how much, and I guess that's 17.9% of the entire volume. Is that what it's saying? Where's the market cap? But anyway, it's saying 52 billion. So that also, so this is what I think they're talking about. When the volume rises, the price of Bitcoin rises, not when the printing of Tether, because it seems like they print more Tether when the price goes down, because more people are going into crypto, into Tether, into other things. So we really need to keep an eye on this every day. So we're at 52 billion today, right? Now, if the price goes up tomorrow, this will probably go down to about 50 billion, right? Because there will be less trading volume, or actually, you know, it could go up, but the amount of Tether available would go down because there's only a certain amount of Tether available. But this is all the amount traded back and forth. This is either, you know, it could be even more than the total supply traded back and forth in one day. Like you could have 26 billion Tether worth $26 billion, but you traded it back and forth twice. So it's worth 52, billion. So market rank number 3, but it isn't going to give me the exact thing I'm looking for. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to find these logistics. Now, if I could find it, I mean, it actually shows you pretty good here how the printing, works. But yeah, let's go look at the Bitcoin price now. This is what's going to, tell us what's going on. Let's do some TA. So I don't just use TA. As you see, I go with market sentiment. I go with, as you see, Tether printing. I go with anything that is going to give me an upper hand to know what the price of Bitcoin is going to do, right? I'm not here to be like a TA maximalist or like a fundamentalist, but I'm going to do whatever works best for me and my community. And so far, just a combination of news, TA, a little bit of gut instinct, and everything from there seems to work out. And now we are in another falling edge again in Bitcoin. So this one's a better one, though, because this is just the absolute top. So I think things are actually looking a lot better for Bitcoin than you think. Yeah, we did just go touch 41, but sometimes we need to go back and touch the EMA 21 just to say, hey, how are you at EMA 21? It was nice to see you. I'm on my way back up now, right? So it doesn't have to sit there for that long. It can keep going. Now let's get some volume. Let's see, let's look at the regular volume. It just doesn't look like there's hardly any volume coming in right now. I can't believe it's almost Valentine's Day. I didn't even notice that. Oh my gosh. It's almost Valentine's Day. I hope you all have someone special you can spend your Valentine's Day with. Hopefully I will too. Who knows? I've actually spent Valentine's Day alone for the last 2 years. But that was by choice, not because I didn't have options. It was by choice. So sometimes you just got to make yourself a better person so that you can be a better person for somebody, you know, that, well, you got to be a better person for yourself before you can, you know, be a better person for someone else. So that's what I do, is I got myself to where I need to be, and now I'm cool. All right. So we just need some volume, and we need a reversal off of this. Let's see, EMA 50. Now that's going to be crucial. 42.8. We are just below that. We are going to need to close above that tomorrow night. Or wait, tomorrow night by 5 o'clock. We need to preferably get above it. I mean, if we don't, it's not the end of the world. I would definitely not want to close below the EMA 21, though. That would be pretty bad, actually, if we close below the EMA 21. But this is on the daily, right? And we are above the EMA 21 on the daily, even though the other day we weren't. These are the things you have to look at to see if we're still bullish or not, right? We're still above the EMA 21 on the 1 day. On the 4 hour, we are basically above the 200 and the 100, and those are big moving averages. Those are going to act as support for sure. That is really good that we're above those. That, you know, that makes me comfortable, a little bit comfy. So we are testing this EMA 50 right now, 42,398 on the 4 hour chart. And then we'll go up and touch the EMA 21 on the 4 hour after that. So, and then we have this downward trending resistance line from the $69,000 top. So we just need to break out of that, which would be right at 44,000. So if we can get back up to about 45 where we were, that'll be a nice breakout. And we could head all the way to the top of the wedge again, which would be 69,000 and a new all-time high possibly. So yeah, those are the things. And I think we're even looking a little bit bullish on the 1 hour. We'll see. The 4 hours looking, you know, pretty good for the long term. The short term, it could be either way, honestly. And the 1 hour, unfortunately, it looks like we're having real difficulties on the 1 hour. Real difficulties on the 1 hour. Oh, yikes. So we are basically at 42 everything on this one. The 21, 42.3, the 20 or the 50, 42.7, the 200, 42.3, the 100, 42.9. That is a lot of resistance, ladies and gentlemen. If you can break above all of that resistance, you are a champ and you'll go to the top. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Let's go to the top, babies. Let's get it. All right, we need to collectively as a community break these levels. So not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. If you have $1 million or more, you have to buy 1 Bitcoin right now. It's the law. On your marks, get set, Mr. Beast. Go. Mr. Beast, that means you, sucker. Jimmy. All right, so that's what we're dealing with. I mean, there's not a whole lot more to look at today. So I think we're going to probably do a little bit of Q&A if there's anybody here. And if not, we'll probably just call it good. But I really want us to break out of this on the daily. Oh, actually, let's check out the 3-day real quick while we're here. We haven't looked at the 3-day for a while, and this is actually a good thing to look at. Ooh, dude. Actually, this could be super bullish. I see an inverse head and shoulders right here, guys. Really, for realies, for realsies. For realsies. I'm not even joking. If we go up after this, we are going to fulfill this head and shoulders pattern, inverse head and shoulders. Check it out. Head, shoulder, shoulder, oops. Shoulder. It hasn't fully formed yet, but all we need to do is actually maybe even go down a little bit, sideways, and back up. And if that happens, then we need to break above that. We need to break above that right there. So if this goes sideways and then up, that little area will be considered a shoulder. See how that little gap is right there? That's the shoulder. That's the head. Now, if I go like this from, I would probably say right here, all the way to the top of the neckline, that is how far we will go up if this breaks out. So that would mean a $51,000 Bitcoin. We finally get back. Hey, and look exactly where that is. Look exactly, wow, where that is. That old resistance level all the way back here. You see that before we dumped on the 3-day? Dude, this would be super bullish on the 3-day. Super bullish on the 3-day. Wow. Dude, I'm getting kind of bullish on crypto now. For real. Even though all of this, like this is really good in my opinion. I think we're going to break above this. And what is this one? So we need the EMA 200 on the 3-day. Ooh, this is some good stuff. That's 37,000. Look at this guy. This is the EMA 200 down here. It's the 36,000. What the heck? But we actually were below it for a little while right here. Look at that. We were actually below it. Okay, but now we're way above it, guys. So I'm still bullish right now. Now let's look at like, okay, the 100. We're at 45. Okay, we did get above that earlier this week. We kind of hit the EMA 50. We were above the EMA 21 at 43.5. Okay. So we really need to get back at least, I would say tomorrow. I want to see us above 43.5. I would like to close on above the 21. That would be nice because that would actually be right at the neckline. And then if it broke out from there, to go up and touch the, whatever this is, what is this one? The 100 at 45, right? Yeah. So if we can go up and touch that one, then we will definitely have a breakout. And then we could go all the way to 51,000. I would really like to see that. There's going to be some more resistance because this one would be resistance to EMA 50 on the 3-day, which is a massive force to be reckoned with on the 3-day. So if we can get back above that EMA on the 3, that would be crucial to Bitcoin actually, making a mounted recovery. And that's what we're hoping for, is a mounted recovery, which is better than just a regular recovery. Don't ask me how, but it means we're mounting up. Regulator. Oh, I better not even say that. They'll probably get me with that. How's everybody doing tonight? I am in a good mood, but that's just life. Some days you're happy, some days you're not. Today was a good day. It was like things just were perfectly aligned, and then they went a little bit weird for me today. That's all I'm going to say. But then I think it all worked out. I staked my 15. Oh my goodness. I staked my 1500 ICP in Binance for 11%. No, guys, man. I don't know. Well, that's 50-50. I mean, I'd rather stake it on the internet computer. That way I'm adding the governance. I am securing the network. Yeah, I have to keep it for 6 months, just to qualify, and then more than that to be able to vote. But you help the network more. See, that's the problem that I see a lot in crypto is a lot of people are kind of selfish, and crypto is not a selfish, not saying you are, but crypto is designed to make us be selfish, right? That's the way the exchanges want it. They don't want us to come together as like a community, which is what they do. They bring us all together as a community and take all of our stuff and put it in a pool, right? They don't want us to do that without them. That's what I'm saying. And so that's why the government is putting all this stuff in the hands of the banks. But I really think if you had 1,500 ICP in the governance, you could really heavily weigh on some decisions if you didn't, think they were doing things right. See, that's the thing that I want to tell everybody that has, all of these concerns with ICP. If you don't like the way it's ran, go vote. You can change it. It is a governance process, guys. That's the thing. The same thing with, going to vote on your, political stuff. If you don't like the way ICP is ran right now, if you think that whatever they're doing is causing the price to go down, or if they're actually just strategically pushing the price down or letting it go down, not pushing it, letting it go down to find itself and then eventually being worth a lot, then you can go and change that. You can propose that they change that they, find a different way to do supply and demand. I don't know if your, stuff would be considered or not. It might not get voted yes, but if you don't like it, go try to change it. That's all I'm saying. You have the power to do that. You don't have to just complain about it and like get mad at me because you lost money. I've got a lot of hate lately. And guys, don't hate on me because whatever the reason, whatever happened to you guys, if I have to be the punching bag, bring the shots. I have a rock solid chin, so you could, throw the punches, but I'd rather that, you guys just kind of learn about it, and that way you don't buy at those really wrong times and then get super mad that you lost a ton of money. Have you ever heard of me buying a crypto at the top? I bought the graph at 88 cents, but by no means is 88 cents a graph top. So, but yeah, it happens sometimes. You just lose sometimes. The coin goes down, but it's the long man's game. Warren Buffett said it perfect. The stock market transfers money from the impatient to the patient. And that's the same thing with crypto. That's why they say when you sell, someone's buying it. Because a lot of the over-the-counter Bitcoin, the stuff on not the over-the-counter, but the stuff on the exchanges is limited. It's a limited supply. So that's why when you sell it, they're scooping it up for that price. So well, I can understand that. The democratic way of helping other people, yes, but that's not the way. Our tax money does not just go to help people. It goes to a lot of stuff that's just ridiculous. Like our justice system that was until a couple of years put people away for stupid stuff, like herbal stuff that they probably shouldn't go to jail for. But even though like I'm, totally, whatever, but I am in recovery, but that's neither here nor there. So the democratic way of thinking, yep. Tether is not backed by Ethereum. The M1 supply. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what that is. Yeah, I should, huh? But so when I get going on, my things, but that's why I always do it at the end. But yeah, my phone died today, so I didn't have it at my disposal. Every time I have my phone on hand, it's like nobody's there. Nobody's in the chat. But as soon as my phone dies and I don't have the chat on, y'all come and show up. Oh well. The world likes to mess with me like that. Like, I'm not going to tell. I had a weird thing happen today, but I think it worked out. So, what did Justin say? Oh, there. I completely missed your statement, dude. I don't know how I overlooked that. My bad. It's bad when some stablecoins give 2% APY and the banks give 0.25%. Yeah, that was my whole point. That's the point, and that's why they're sending the stablecoins to the bank. They don't want us to have 2%. They don't want us to have 7%. They actually fined BlockFi $100 million for giving us high yield, too many high yield Bitcoin savings accounts. Too many of them. Now they don't do them at all, or they quit doing new ones, but yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. You have a good point, man. 0.25, yeah. I mean, the most you get is like 1%, though. That's like the highest. It's just ridiculous. Credit unions, that's where you can get it, but government backed still. Have you ever heard of a cryptocurrency bailout? No such thing. Jimmy gave away 10,000 in Bitcoin. Huh. He says, I know why you're happy, man. Yeah. Because today was a good day. Just everything seemed to work out at the beginning, but I think it all worked out. Anyway. Lost quite a bit himself. Hold on. Who's saying what? Why do these people always come on and try to put these like red? What is that stuff? Yeah, I didn't lose AMP. I just lost on the graph. AMP I actually made money off of. I did. Like only $100, but I still made money. I'm down a lot on the graph though. Not gonna lie. A lot. So yeah, I don't think we'll be looking at the M1 supply graph not today. I think we're gonna call it a night, but we might look at that tomorrow, because I think I'm gonna do a live stream before church tomorrow. I'm gonna start waking up, dude. I don't care. I didn't really want to do it, but I think I'm gonna start waking up in the morning and doing live streams at 9 a.m. Because if you think about it, I am on the West Coast, and so 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is already noon on the East Coast. So if I do it at 9, it's 10 Mountain Time, 11 Central Time, noon. And that's still pretty late, man. Noon. So 9 a.m. That's probably where I'm going to go from that. So Telegram usernames. Telegram bots. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I know I don't really get a lot of those bots in the regular comments anymore. But yeah, I'm going to call it a night because I want to just get this out there. And I want to just sit and have a video where I talk with you guys. So we'll probably do another 12-hour live stream in probably about a week, as soon as we get to about 1980, because I think if we get to 1980, we can get 20 subscribers in a day and then do the giveaway on the 12-hour live stream, give away $50 in crypto to people. And I think it would be really engaging. I'm gonna also do some kind of voting contest where I have people vote in the chat, because that was one of the biggest things for the channel, guys. So if you have ideas, should we do another logo contest? Should we do another banner contest? Is there another contest that you would like to see us do, where I give away money? for you guys to design something cool for the channel, maybe the shirt. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I want to have you guys do a merchandise logo. But when you win, you are basically giving me the rights to that merchandise for the money that I'm going to give you, though. You don't get any of the endorsement rights to that thing. But if you want to, you know, give me that for the channel, we will pay you with the, you know, the winners. So what I'm going to do is I am probably going to either do a video or a tweet about it. And I'm going to show you, it's going to be on like a hoodie. It'll be a design. And what you're going to want to do is, you know, look at normal hoodies, go into a store or go on a website and look at what kind of logos they have on the front and the back, because I'm going to want a logo for the front and the back. And as you know, my slogan is goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang! Right? And then I have a couple other ones like common sense and what's the other one? You know what time it is. That being said, so I always say that. And I always hear like Sonya Deville and other wrestlers using the same thing. I don't know if they actually watch my channel. But you know what? I was talking about that Russia thing, and then 5 minutes later, George went and did a video about it. I think George was watching the channel the other day, because right after I got done with my video, I saw that he just made a video and started right there. And I was like, oh, maybe he saw it. Maybe not, but there is a chance that he was watching my video and saw that. And it's like, oh, and then he looked it up himself and was like, oh man, okay, let's do a video about it. Because then he made a video. I don't know. But it would be a shirt print contest or like a hoodie print. I'm a hoodie guy, so we could do a shirt or a hoodie, because the actual design could go on both a shirt and a hoodie. So, all right, guys, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!